Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. The homeland. Uh, Kidding. I'm not gonna say that I'm Irish, because I know a lot of Irish people are like, no, you're not. You're American. I get it, but no, I get it. All right, original link to the video from Ryan Shirley, top of the description. Love this channel. What do you mean I'm not subscribed? Did I accidentally unsubscribe? That's weird. Preemptive like. Let's go. Hey guys.
My name is Ryan, and I recently returned from exploring the magical country of Ireland, and I want to share with you my favorite places. So here's my Ireland
So
top
green.
10. Ireland is easily one of the most enchanting places on Earth. From the cliffs of Moher to the daunting Skellig Michael Island, Ireland is a mystical land just waiting to be explored. Let's start this video off at Giant's Causeway. Located in Northern Ireland, about a 3-hour drive from Dublin, Giant's Causeway is one of the most recognizable places in all
I want to ask something again that I've asked many times before, and you guys have answered many times before, and I forget because I can't pay attention.
drive from Dublin. Giant's
How do these hexagonal 1, 2, 3, 4 hexagonal things? Something about lava. I don't know. I'm gonna embarrass. I already have embarrassed myself.
Causeway is one of the most recognizable places in all of Ireland. It's famous for its jagged cliffs and over 40,000 basalt columns. They are these perfect hexagons that cover the coast. According to legend, the causeway was built by an Irish giant so he could cross the northern sea. When I was there, we started by hiking above the cliffs and then made our way down to the causeway. I was just amazed by the bizarre rock formations. I had such a fun time walking on them. It's wild to think they were made by nature. Now while you're there, you can also hike around to other spots on the coast, such as the amphitheater. I really like this one rock formation called the Chimney Stacks on the cliffs. Now while we're still in Northern Ireland, we're going to head over to Carrick a Rhode. It's this scenic bridge that crosses.
Don't top that over, please. I got really upset because I saw a video of some dumb kids knocking over some like ancient rock thing, and it made me really upset. Please save this.
Like this one rock formation called the Chimney Stacks on the cliffs. Now while we're still in Northern Ireland, we're going to head over to Carrick a Rhode. It's this scenic bridge that crosses the sea over to this little island. I was just amazed by the watercolor there. I mean, it's just so blue, contrasted perfectly with the green cliffs. Now just
Damn it.
color there. I mean, it's just so blue, contrast.
Who mows all of this grass and keeps it really tidy? Is this for sheep grazing or something? And it's naturally cut by the sheep? So green, it looks so nice.
Perfectly with the green cliffs. Now just 20 minutes from there, you can visit the Dark Hedges. It's this avenue lined with over 90 beech trees. They were planted almost 250 years ago. Now according to legend, there's a ghost called the Grey Lady who wanders the road. Definitely has a spooky vibe, especially at night. Now after, we're going to leave Northern Ireland to visit the Slieve League Cliffs. Now located in the county of Donegal.
Where have I heard Grey Lady before? Is that Harry Potter?
About a 4-hour drive to Slieve League Cliffs. Now located in the county of Donegal, about a 4-hour drive from Dublin, the Slieve League Cliffs are some of the highest cliffs in all of Europe with a height of 601 meters. I mean, they're just absolutely massive. Now when you're there, there's plenty of lookout points, and there's a path that walks along the cliffs that offers astounding views the whole way. I went there for sunset, but if you want to get the best lighting, I recommend going for sunrise. The light will hit those cliffs really nicely. Another really beautiful nearby place is the village of Mallinbeg. Now it's just a 30-minute drive from Slieve League, and it's home to one of the best beaches in all Ireland called the Silver Strand. It's this horseshoe-shaped beach surrounded by green cliffs. Now if the ocean wasn't so cold, you would think you were on a tropical island. Now there's a stairway that walks you down to the beach. I had such a great time walking along the sand and exploring the grassy cliffs.
Question, guys. Ireland's population is concentrated on the East Coast, right? And when you go more west, where you have those kind of fjord-like protrusions, Like that area is much less people, right? Like the Montana.
Also in Mountain Bay,
Wyoming
there's
is
this
here.
really cool Napoleonic signal tower that was built over 200 years ago, and you can also get another vantage point of the Sleeve Cliffs from there. Now, while we're still in Donegal, you can visit Mount Errigal. Now, it's the tallest peak in Donegal.
It looks like a volcanic, like about to erupt, but it's just the oops. Oh no, I pressed back on my mouse by accident.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan.
Don't
and
worry.
I recently returned.
I'm annoying myself. I know, guys. It looks like the mist going over looks like volcano getting ready
That's
to
the tallest
erupt.
peak in Donegal with a height of 751 meters. Now, if you're up for a challenge, you can make the 4-kilometer hike to the top to get some phenomenal views of the area. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit Eagles Rock. Now, located about 40 minutes from Donegal, Eagles Rock is Ireland's highest freestanding tower with a height of 330 meters. You can hike about 6 kilometers to reach the top of the plateau. I mean, it's really a beautiful area over there. Now, afterwards, we're going to head back to the coast to visit Downpatrick Head. Now, located on the Wild Atlantic Way in North Mayo, it's a distinctly shaped headland home to the impressive Dún Bristol sea stack. Now,
How does it erode so cleanly? It looks like a giant kind of just chopped up this land like a piece of pastry.
during World War II, a lookout post was built here with the markings of Air 64, which was used by American aircraft so they knew they had reached neutral Ireland. I mean, I never knew what the purpose of those markings meant. I guess air is the Irish word for Ireland. Anyways, it's just pretty cool history.
Is that true?
Afterwards, we're going to visit the most famous place in all of Ireland.
Is that true? Is that the native term for Ireland? I never knew that. Never heard that.
Cliffs of Moher. Now located on Ireland's west coast, about a 3-hour drive from Dublin, the cliffs stretch over 14 kilometers, with the highest reaching 214 meters above the sea. Now when you go to the cliffs, you can park at the visitor center. When we were there, we parked at this place called Garen's Path. It's about €5 a person and a short walk to the cliffs, and not nearly as many people were there. Anyways, when we reached them,
Jesus.
I was just
Why are you so close?
walk to the cliffs, and not nearly as many people were there. Anyways,
Well, okay.
when we reached them, I was just amazed by the size of the cliffs. I mean, they were way bigger than I imagined, and they just drop off straight into the ocean. If you
My heart kind of sank when the drone went over the side there.
want to walk to the end of the cliffs, you can make the trek to Hag's Head. Also, another cool spot is O'Brien's Tower, which was built in 1835. If you can, I definitely recommend waiting for sunset as the light hits the cliffs, giving it a strikingly orange glow. I mean, it's easy to see why it's one of the most popular places in all Ireland. Now, another really cool spot right next to the cliffs is Donegal Castle, just like 10 minutes away, and it's a 16th century tower house, and I just love its unique shape. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the Aran
What?
Islands. Now, they're located right its unique shape. Now, after
I haven't seen this much otherworldly seeming geological formations or just the way the land looks since I watched the video on Iceland. Scotland, I think, kind of has a similar vibe, but this is crazy. This looks otherworldly.
Afterwards, we're going to visit the Aran Islands. Now, they're located right off of Galway, and the Aran Islands are made up of 3 islands, with Inishmore being the largest. Now, to get to the islands, the best option is a ferry from Rossaville. You can also leave from Doolin, which is close to the Cliffs of Moher.
Guys, what are all of these for?
The island is covered in these recognizable
Aaron?
stone walls made from limestone. I mean, they're just literally everywhere. Now, while you're on the island, you can rent a bike or just walk around and explore the intriguing landscapes and historical sites of the Aran Islands. Now, another
Okay. But what are they for? My mind goes to like separating grazing properties, but they're so ununiform. Interesting.
I mean, they're just literally
Does anyone know? What?
everywhere. Now, while you're on the island, you can rent a bike or just walk around and explore the intriguing landscapes and historical sites of the Aran Islands. Now, another really cool place on the mainland of Ireland is Derryclare Loch. It's located about an hour's drive from Galway, and it's this lake, and it has this island with these distinct trees. And it kind of reminds me of the island in Harry Potter where like Dumbledore's wand was hidden. Anyways, it's just this really scenic site out in the countryside, and it's worth a visit, especially if you're into photography. Now afterwards, we're going to the County Kerry to visit the Gap of Dunlow. Now located in the southwestern tip of Ireland, about a 4-hour drive from Dublin, the Gap of Dunlow is this incredibly scenic mountain pass. Now you can drive it if you're comfortable with skinny, windy roads. Now we parked at the beginning of the pass near Kate Kearney's cottage and then walked up. Now one of my favorite features of the Gap of Dunlow is its bridges. You can reach the Wishing Bridge with just a short walk from the parking lot. Another thing I really loved about the pass was just the size of the mountains. I mean, they were just absolutely massive, and they were just covered in this dark green color. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the
It doesn't look real. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
bridges. You can pass was just the size of the mountains. I mean, they were just absolutely massive, and they were just covered in this dark green color. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the Kerry Cliffs. Now located about an hour's drive from Killarney, the Kerry Cliffs are some of the most beautiful in all Ireland. They are over 300 meters high, and many people told me they liked them a lot more than the Cliffs of Moher. The cliffs have such a unique color and finger-like sections that extend into the sea. I mean, there's plenty of viewpoints, and it's just overall a great place to visit. Now for our final destination,
I want to take a geologist with me around all of Ireland, just so I can be like, what is this? Why is this? What is it? What is this?
I mean, there's plenty of viewpoints, and it's just overall a great place to visit. Now, for our final destination, we're going to visit the Skellig Islands. Now, this was the main reason I wanted to go to Ireland. There are these two islands located off of Kerry and are truly out of this world. The only way to get to the islands is by boat. We went with the company Skellig.
It looks like even if you get there by boat, it looks kind of difficult to... Where do you get on? How is it that Ireland has better grass that is not even maintained, or better looking grass than even maintained grass in other places? This is grass heaven, this country.
The only way to get to the islands is by boat. We went with the company Skellig Michael Voyage. I'll link them in the description below.
Oh my god.
We left from the town of Portmagee. Now the ride out to the islands was...
This town could be a spot on the list itself. Look at this.
Link them in the description below. We left from the town of Portmagee. Now the ride out to the islands was no joke. The sea was rough, but it definitely added to the adventure. After about an hour of boating, we made it to the island.
Rough seas.
We got off the boat, and I was just so freaking stoked. We just started walking up the island's path until we reached the stairs that lead up to the top to the monasteries. Now the stairs were just beyond cool. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of puffins burrowed right next to the stairs and on the island slopes. I mean, they were just so freaking cute. We reached the midway point at Christ Saddle and then kept hiking to the top. After climbing the island's 618 stairs, we finally made it to the monastery. Now the history of the island is just absolutely fascinating. The monastic settlement dates back to the 6th century, where the monks of St. Fiona lived simple lives on this isolated island. They built these beehive huts completely out of stone. They were precisely designed to make sure no water could get into them. Now it's believed there were about 12 monks that lived here at a time. In the 13th century, the monks left the island for mainland Ireland, and since then, Skellig has become a place for pilgrimage. I mean, I can't imagine.
I thought those were tombstones for a second. They just seem like upwardly planted rocks.
And since then, Skellig has become...
Wait, is that a cross?
The monks left the island for mainland Ireland, and since then, Skellig has become a place for pilgrimage.
Are those graves?
I can't imagine what it must have been like to live on the island back then. You would have to take a rowboat out there on the turbulent sea, then climb up the jagged rocks to reach the top. Those monks were sure ambitious. You know, after exploring the monastery, we hiked back down. I just couldn't believe how windy it was up there. We got back on the boat and went over to the northern side of the island, and then on our way back,
I just want to lie down and have a nap right here.
was up there. We got back on the boat and went over to the northern side of the island, and then on our way back we stopped at Little Skellig. This island is uninhabited, but it's home to one of the largest colony of northern gannets in the world. I mean, I couldn't believe how many birds there were, and you sure could smell them. All in all, the Skellig Islands were one of the coolest places I've ever been, and I couldn't recommend them enough. If you do visit, you can either do a landing tour or just boat around the island. Obviously, I recommend you do a landing tour. Well, that is it for my Ireland top 10. It's one of my new favorite countries, and I just love it so much. I'll be back for part 2. Let me know where your favorite place in Ireland is in the comments below. I also have a relaxation channel where I make hour-long films to bring some peace and nature in your life. I did a video on Ireland with Celtic music that I know you'll enjoy. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.
It's beautiful, but it's also one of the most beautiful videos of Ryan or any other kind of travel video Jesus, that I've seen. Nicest one. Fantastic. Love y'all. I'd appreciate any comments down below. I don't have anything else to say. It's absolutely stunning, and I would love to go there. I actually have not been to Ireland, which is kind of feels shameful to say. Yeah. Love y'all. Hope you're all doing well. I'd appreciate any comments as always, and hopefully I'll see you next video. Bye, guys.